Bundle 11, Module 1, Question 5. A total of 50 children attended a summer camp and were offered 4 types of sandwiches. Okay, so turkey, chicken, ham, and vegetarian. The table shows the number of children who choose each type of sandwich. Okay, 15, 23, 3, 90. If one of the children is selected at random, what is the probability of selecting a child who choose a vegetarian sandwich? Okay, first of all, let's understand how we read the data. So here it's about type of sandwiches and here it is number of children. So if I see 23, so it is in the chicken and number of children. So 23 children prefer chicken sandwiches. If I see 9, so 9 children prefer vegetarian sandwiches and total are 50. This is how to read the data. And second is probability, always treat probability as like what are the chances. So if you think more in terms of chances, probability makes much more sense. So what is the chance that uh, a child chooses a vegetarian one out of total children? So total are 50 and vegetarian sandwiches, are chosen by 9 children. So 9 over 50. And if you want to write the formula, so it is favorable outcome over total outcomes. What are the outcomes here? Number of children. So what is the total number of children? 50. And what are the favorable outcomes for which we are talking about, right? So here we are talking about the children who prefer vegetarian sandwiches. This is our question. So total is 9 and total is 50 and 9 are who prefer vegetarian sandwiches. Okay, let's come to next one. Oh, that is a wonderful question. Let's see how. I'm going to tell you 2 or 3 concepts out of this question. Okay. Amara grows cherry tomatoes in her backyard. This year, she harvested 750 cherry tomatoes, okay, and gave 10% of them to her neighbor. How many of the harvested cherry tomatoes did Amara give to her neighbor? Okay, let's see first properly. Let's decode what is asked. 750 total and 10% are given to the neighbor. So 10% of 750 is asked. That is our question. So 10% means upon 100, of is multiplication, and this is 70. We have to calculate. So 1 0 cancelled here, 1 0 cancelled here, and that is 75. That is our answer. That 75 cherry tomatoes Amara is going to give to her neighbor. Now, whenever it is about 10%, we do not need to do this every single time if we follow the pattern. If you do 10% every single time, right? So 1 will be cancelled and that 0, that means you have to put decimal after, like let's say, okay, let's say it's 755, right? And I have to do 10% of it. Let's see the pattern. 10%. So that will be 75.5. So whenever 10% is asked, whenever 10% is asked, put decimal after first number, right? So for example, here it is 750, and if you put decimal over here, it will just go away. So 75 is the answer. So if you understand this pattern, again, that question will take 4 seconds, right? You will understand it. Okay, answering will be 4 seconds. You can take time to understand the question. First shortcut. Now let me tell you very, very, okay, I'm kind of taking it as a privilege to tell you something very interesting. Suppose if, okay, 19% of 50 is asked, right? So it's, oh my god, 19%. So that means you have to solve this. 19% of 50. You have to solve this. No. Again, there's a wonderful pattern here. Let's understand what that pattern is. Let's say I do x percent of y. Then how will I write it? X percent of y. So that will be xy over 100. Now let's do y percent of x. I have flipped x and y. So that will be y percent of x, and that is yx over 100. Now, don't you think these numerators are equal? For example, multiplication is commutative. That means if you multiply 3 times 4 or you multiply 4 times 3, in both cases it's going to be 12, right? So we can use it as a wonderful pattern or concept here. So 19% of 50 can be replaced with 50% of 19. And what is 50% of anything? Half of it. So that is 19 by 2. Second shortcut, right? So first one is whenever it is about 10%, for example, if you have to do 10% of 199, that will be 19.9. And second is, what is the second shortcut? Just flip. If flipping is making it easier, right? Perfect.